This is Jordan Peterson debating Mohammed Hijab, a video that you do not want to miss. Let's take a listen.
It presents us with a problem, doesn't it? I mean, it presents everyone with a problem. And the problem is, well, for example, the problem is reconciling the idea of turning the other cheek with the idea of a just war, a defensive war, or an expansive war for that matter. And of course that issue is relevant to Islam because Islam exploded outward and produced the biggest empire the world had ever seen in the space of a few short centuries.
Yeah, but Dr. Jordan Peterson.
So then you ask, well, what's the spirit? What is the spirit that animated that? And is that attributable to the Islamic doctrines themselves? Yes, I don't know the answer to that.
No, let me tell you the answer to that, okay? And this is what I want to tell you conclusively, and this will help build bridges, honestly, because we can maintain the warlord thesis, we can maintain the expansionist thesis, but here's what I'll tell you. Islam has a capability to be expansive, and it also has a capability of making peace treaties. And it does, and it should do whatever's in its best interest. Just like every country should do whatever's in its best interest. In the pre-modern world, we did not, I think this is highly anachronistic. In the pre-modern world, there was no such thing as the UN. It was a realist international relations framework whereby everybody was fighting everyone. The Roman Empire didn't care about it didn't care about you, quite frankly. It was expanding itself. The Persian Empire was expanding itself. And the Arabian Peninsula was in between both. And so it could have either been swallowed by those two other empires, or it could decide to, in fact, we will impose our government on them before they impose it on us. And it decided the former rather than the latter. It decided to expand. And in fact, the Prophet, in his weakest of times, he predicted that would happen. You know, there was one war in particular where they were starving, and it's called Khandaq. And he hit a rock and he said, Futihat Rum, the Roman Empire has been conquered. He hit a rock again. He said, Futihat Faris, that the Persian Empire has been conquered. And then he knocked the rock again. He said this in his weakest moment. He said that the Yemen has been conquered. I see that the expansion of the Islamic Empire is a proof for Islam. And you know, it's not just me. Even historians say this. Barnaby Rogerson, he said the fact that Islam spread to the Roman Empire and the Persian Empire is equivalent to is equivalent to Eskimos taking over Russia and America. I believe it's miraculous, if anything, that this happened. I don't think it's unjustifiable. I think actually, Jordan Peterson, to be
then why did it stop at Europe's borders, so to speak? If it was a miraculous expansion,
yeah, it stopped out because of it wasn't successful there. It wasn't. It stopped where it couldn't go further.
Yeah, stuttering is nice. Is nice. Anyways, so what's interesting about Muhammad's take is if you're talking about like majority Muslim moderate states, if you look at the peace, and it's just a bullshit piece of paper, okay, Egypt and Israel, Jordan and Israel, at the end of the day, fucking if Egypt could get away with murder, they would destroy Israel. Jordan, I'm not entirely sure, but the point is that if you're looking at those examples that trying to make the claim that Islam has the ability for peace treaties and to make peace, I think it's bullshit, because he's the same individual who has been defending the resistance movement and framed as this fucking freedom fight by Hamas and the other proxies involved. And all you have to do is really look into Hamas's charter, because they say what their movement is about. And they claim that any truce with Israel is anyone that claims to want to have any sort of ceasefire, real peace, real truth with Israel, will be destroyed, will be killed. We don't represent that. And I think also it's just for them to make the claim that they want a two-state solution, I think is just a political game that they use for the indoctrinated people across the ocean who have no fucking idea what's going on. So they're the ones who are actually the community engagement for them, and the community leaders for them are going to be able to be like, oh no, look, Hamas and Hezbollah and the Houthis, they're all saying that they want peace. They don't want peace. Their charter literally states the destruction of the entire Jewish population in the state of Israel, nothing left. Like, they don't just want some of the sand on the beach, they want every speck of sand on the beach. And so if you're going to back and man the same group that committed the October 7th atrocity, and yes, I know that publicly before Mohammed has actually condemned the attack, but then he has a very unique way of circularly like answering and going around it by then saying that there's an issue here with Zionism, that there's an issue here with the state of Israel. And so then he sort of says, like, what do you expect them to do? But then you can't tell me that this expansionist movement of this Islamic caliphate, which we're seeing seep into other parts of the world, is not also a byproduct of other people making it seem like what Hamas represents here in the Middle East is the right way to do this expansion. Because the same people who are who are receiving this expansion, aka being converted, are the same ones who are wearing green bandanas, and the same ones waving yellow flags for Hezbollah, and the same ones screaming death to Israel and death to America. Oh man, this whole topic gets me riled up every single time. I'm trying to do a better job of fucking regulating, but it's just insane to me. It's insane to me. So I don't know. He's one of my least favorite people in this space, to be honest with you. But what's so interesting is when you see him talk to Jordan Peterson, Jordan is one of the only people that Mohammed will, he just said like, sorry, because he interrupted him. He'll never fucking say sorry to anybody. It's because he has ultimate respect for him, because he knows how smart he is and he knows that he's onto something. So I love watching the videos between the two of them. I don't know. Jordan is a fucking whiz, man. He is sharp. Anyways, thank you so much for all your support. See you next video. If you want to continue the conversation, you can support my work for free. Discord does not cost a thing. It is the best way to connect with me and others who are seeking the truth. The link is in the description. But if you want to take it one step further, my Patreon gives you access to the Israel you don't see, uncovering the untold stories of what mainstream media does not show you. The link is in the description, and it helps me to continue this work. Or if you're just looking to help this thing go, PayPal and buy me a coffee is a really easy way to support me. This channel, this work does not happen without all of you. Thank you. I love you. I'll see you next time.